good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this video. Thank you for checking it out. Just here giving my first impressions after the tech test, after the first week. Having gotten some early access was pretty fun. Got a chance to hand out a few codes to some of the people that I know grinded out Titanfall 1. So it was definitely fun to spend some time with those guys and kind of learn the maps and how things have changed from when we played it back in July. And some of the noticeable things right off the back is the movement. When we played it at EA Play back in July, it wasn't the same as it is now. It felt a lot slower. Titanfall 2 this weekend felt a lot faster, and I hesitantly say that it feels faster than Titanfall 1, in the sense that base speed might not be as fast as maybe Titanfall. However, the top speed in this game is a lot faster. Um, it, Titanfall 1's bunny hop system was pretty fast. The stem combined with the slide system that was found over the weekend was really good. Um, you were not able to maybe maneuver as much as you were before in bunny hopping. You were able to hit some really tight crevices, but we also haven't had a lot of practice trying to figure this out. As you can see from the clips, you're able to move a little faster than you would at just walking speed. It's a little tricky, but it's a very simple mechanism of just jumping and sliding at the same time. The key is finding that perfect balance between jumping and sliding. Well, not really the same time, but just about the same time. You want to hit your buttons pretty quickly, and you'll be able to get that slow levitation off the ground, which then you're able to slide again and gain a little bit of speed from the slide, jump, and gain some more speed. The tricky part is maneuvering. If you don't have a elite controller or a veteran player that knows how to perhaps use claw or position your hands in a different way, it'll be a little tough at first to get that slide going, because you do have to reach B. And as we've said before, if you don't have any paddles or buttons in the bottom of your controller, it's going to be a little harder, so you might be at a disadvantage. And I know a lot of people play claw. I mean, I myself did, and I know a lot of good players that play the same way. But those players have been playing this for a long time. So if you're a new guy getting introduced to the game, that might still be a little tricky. Just like everything else, it'll just take some practice. Just like everyone that learned how to bunny hop, they didn't learn how to do it in just one day. Pilot abilities are a little different than they were in the first one. They seem to be a little better this time. I used the stem and the grapple a little more. I didn't really use the hologram, or the active radar knife that you can throw. I mean, those things were not really fit my style of play, I could say. But the stem is really good in this game. I mean, the top speed is incredible. Even though it's a really short burst, you go so fast that you're able to cover a lot of ground in a really short period of time. My biggest complaint with that, though, is the cooldown. The cooldown is just way too much. I mean, I didn't really hold a timer, but it's if you got into a gunfight, you would find yourself trying to hit your stem or your ability, and you would kind of panic a little bit because you just didn't have the stem, so you would just die. But not all of the top players that you would call top players use stem. I mean, a couple people were using the grapple hook, and we might even had a discussion about which one was better, which in a sense would automatically assume that stem was not just completely superior. If there was anybody questioning, or running that grapple, then that means that the stem might have some competition. And even I myself saw a few people just getting some really nice height off of the grapple. So if you use it properly, it's a good weapon. I mean, it's a good thing to have in your arsenal. But I personally like the stem. It's so fast. I believe the cloak in this game is a little better. I believe you're able to cloak yourself, and if you shoot, you go back to your cloak after you appear for a little while. And it's probably just based on the timer. I didn't really use the cloak as much as well. Like I said, I just kind of used the grapple and the stem, just for movement reasons. The weapons in this game, though, were a little more balanced than they maybe were before. The carbine is still the better weapon, but the car SMG may have been the one that needs the nerfing. I think shot about a laser for sure for bullets. The double take was a really fun sniper. I mean, I said it before, I liked it when we played it before, but now this time around it was really fun. The Kraber's back. The alternator for the SMG is pretty fast, and the L-Star just melts. I mean, that thing shoots energy. The shotgun PK was able to get a cross-map kill that was just absolutely incredible, and it made everyone say, whoa. But the auto pistol was probably what made a really huge improvement. I mean, just being able to put a sight on the auto pistol, I was outgunning people with the pistol versus carbine versus cars. I mean, maybe they weren't the greatest players, but you were still just having that sight makes that gun so much viable as a secondary option. Now, I was talking about the car spread and how it probably needed some nerfing. It was able to keep up with the carbine at pretty much at a medium range. I mean, it should not be that accurate. That thing shot like a laser. It had no recoil. The carbine got some serious nerfing this time around. I mean, maybe not as serious as it could have been, especially with the amped weapons, but the car SMG is so accurate. It's ridiculous. As you can see, the bullet placement's pretty close together. Even at a medium distance, which is probably where most gunfights would happen, you can see how close the bullets are together. I mean, even comparing it to the carbine, that's really close. Now, I really like the amped weapons as a power-up, but they can be kind of OP, especially the carbine. While it's still the best weapon at a long distance, given it that amp, like 2-3 shot killing speed is really good. I mean, as a slayer, I'd like to see that stay in the game, but I can understand how it'd be frustrating for some players because it definitely causes some damage, and if you have an accurate player sitting on a really high rooftop and had a good head glitch, it'd be really tough to get them out without grenades. And the grenades in this game are not very good. I mean, the frags, you're throwing them like you're throwing like a baby throwing a baseball, and they do as much damage as a marshmallow, so you might as well not use those. The arc grenades are pretty good. I mean, they slow you down, and those seem to be more helpful against the Titan, but they're still not as good. I mean, you can't throw them as well. And the Gravity Star was okay. Didn't have a lot of success with it, but it was successfully used against me a few times. It's definitely a good thing to have. It's a nice option. They're giving you options as far as that goes, but the grenades seem to be pretty useless overall. I think most players kind of agreed to that. But more than anything, I really enjoyed the game. It seemed more balanced than the first. The Titan versus pilot gameplay it seemed okay. You were able to take on a Titan as a pilot, and if you had the skills and the movement abilities to curve around in the air, you were able to dodge those potato bullets that we've been calling them, especially coming out of that splitter rifle. If the player with the rifle doesn't really have the best aim, you're able to pretty much take his Titan down with a charged rifle single-handedly. But it's a fun game. I can't wait to play it again next week. I'm definitely gonna buy it. I mean, they've done such a good job from when we played it the first time to now. But that's all I have for today. I'm gonna put out another video later this week, probably tomorrow. I still have a few other things that I want to talk about and cover, but I don't want to make another 30-minute video like last time. I do want to cover the Titans game modes and the maps next time around, and just general gameplay, as well as the networks that you guys should be looking forward to. They're kind of like clans, and I'm sure everyone will enjoy it. A lot of us competitive players will probably have some networks that will be open to people that want to get into the competitive scene, and we'll definitely be making sure to let people know which networks those are. So thanks for watching again. Thanks for the time, and I hope you found this a little useful. And if you didn't, let me know. Let me know what it is that you have any questions about or you need some help with. I'm sure the movement system's probably going to get some hot hits, so just let us know about the movement. I myself will be happy to help. I'm sure other players will be happy to help. But thanks a lot, and look forward to next video, man. I appreciate it.